Have you ever felt like your brain just doesn't work the way it used to? You try to focus, you try to learn, you try to think clearly, but everything feels slower. Most people assume this means they're getting lazy, or distracted, or that they've somehow lost their intelligence. But what if that's not true? What if your intelligence isn't fading, but being quietly blocked by everyday habits you repeat without noticing? And once you see them, you'll understand why trying harder never worked. If this feels uncomfortably accurate, you're not alone. Many capable, intelligent people feel mentally dull right now, not because they lack ability, but because their environment is constantly draining it. And when this continues, something subtle happens. You stop trusting your own thinking. You avoid complex tasks. You feel busy but not sharp, not because you can't think, but because thinking feels tiring. This video isn't about motivation. It's about understanding what's quietly shaping your mind. By the end of this video, you'll see this problem differently. Think of your brain like a phone battery. If too many apps are running in the background, the phone slows down. Not because it's old, not because it's weak, but because it's overloaded. Most advice tells you to focus more or be disciplined. But focus doesn't come from effort. It comes from design. Your habits don't just affect what you do. They train how your brain works. And this is where most advice gets it completely wrong. Habit 1. Consuming information without processing it. You watch videos, scroll posts, read articles, but you rarely stop to think. Your brain doesn't grow from information alone. It grows when you actively use what you consume. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You can consume intelligent content every single day and still become mentally weaker if your mind never gets the chance to process it. Thinking is not passive. If you don't slow down to reflect, your brain slowly forgets how to work deeply. Habit 2. Multitasking constantly. Listening while scrolling. Replying while watching. Switching every few seconds. It feels productive, but it trains your brain to skim instead of stay. Multitasking doesn't make you faster. It makes your thinking thinner. Over time, your mind loses patience with anything that requires depth. And deep thinking is where intelligence actually shows up. Habit 3. Never letting yourself feel bored. The moment there's silence, your hand reaches for your phone. But boredom isn't a flaw. It's the starting point of thinking. Some of your best ideas never appear because your mind never gets quiet enough to create them. When every empty moment is filled, your brain forgets how to generate its own thoughts. Habit 4. Training your brain only for short content. Short videos, quick clips, instant summaries. Your brain adapts to what you feed it. Over time, long thoughts begin to feel uncomfortable. Complex ideas feel exhausting before you even start. This doesn't mean your attention span is broken. It means it's been trained for speed, not understanding. And what you train, your brain becomes. Habit 5. Escaping mental discomfort. The moment something feels hard, you escape. You switch tasks. You distract yourself. You postpone. But intelligence doesn't grow in comfort. Confusion is not failure. It's the doorway to understanding. When you always run from mental effort, your brain learns to avoid growth itself. Habit 6. Constant need for external validation. Likes, replies, approval. Slowly, your thinking becomes performative. You start thinking about what sounds impressive instead of what's actually true. When every thought needs approval, independent thinking weakens. And without independent thinking, clarity disappears. Habit 7. Never writing things down. Ideas stay vague. Thoughts feel scattered. You feel like you understand something until you try to explain it. If you can't write an idea simply, it usually means it isn't clear yet. Writing isn't about talent. It's how thinking becomes structured. Without it, your mind stays foggy. Habit 8. Living in constant reaction mode. Notifications divide your attention. Urgency replaces importance. Your mind never leads. It only responds. When you live this way long enough, your thinking becomes fragmented. Control over attention is control over intelligence. And without it, your mind slowly feels out of control. Most people make these mistakes without realizing it. They try to fix everything at once. They copy extreme routines that don't fit their life. They quit because they missed a day. Here's the calmer truth. Restarting is normal. Consistency grows quietly. You don't need to change your life. Just change how your mind is treated. Start with one habit. One small shift. That's enough. Remember this. Your intelligence was never gone. It was just buried under noise. Practical videos that help you think clearly again. Subscribe to this channel.